right, so here we go. This is from Variety. Lionsgate pulls Megalopolis trailer offline due to made-up critic quotes and issues apology we screwed up. Oh, here we go. Lionsgate is recalling its latest trailer for Franny Coppola's epic Megalopolis, which featured a litany of fabricated quotes from famous film critics. Wow, holy shit. We have the trailer for Franny Coppola's Megalopolis. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I was not a fan of the teaser trailer that was released some time ago. I thought it looked ridiculous. I thought it looked, obnoxious, pretentious through and through. And to be completely honest, I couldn't. When was the last good Francis Ford Coppola movie? Certainly wasn't this century. He hasn't made a good movie like this century, chat, in nearly 25 years. And even then, it's like, in the 90s, it's like, oh, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. It's like, I know the man made the Godfather and the Godfather Part 2 and the Apocalypse Now and a couple other movies. Rainmaker might be his last good one, honestly. Jack. So, an infamous movie. Certainly an infamous movie. I would say that. Yeah, yes. But yeah, the man's not firing all cylinders anymore. Plus, he seems to be more interested in, sexually harassing women than he does in making movies. So, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this film. It just sounds bizarre, and it just looks bizarre. But yeah, I didn't like the last trailer, although apparently this new trailer, I guess, was released today. Everyone's talking about it because it's apparently embarrassing. The word cringe has been thrown around for this trailer, so I'm very curious to check it out. So let's go ahead and check out the official trailer. Those other trailers, they weren't official. They didn't even count. So just drive them from your mind. We are going to watch the official trailer for Franny Coppola's Megalopolis. Let's take a look.
5 minutes later.
Who are these people? Some of these quotes. So I like it opens up with these quotes. How at the core, Vincent Canby, the New York Times. Were these like actual reviews? Oh, first of all, the only reason why I know about the general premise of the movie is not through any of the trailers, because all the trailers are nonsense. They're nonsensical. Like visually, they're all over the place. The CGI looks like trash. The only reason why I know what this movie is about is because I looked it up online. I've read descriptions of it. I've read articles about it. Like, it just looks like a bunch of gobbledygook. I don't have a fucking clue what's going on, right? And I don't think general audience would be like, wait, what is this? But yeah, no, I'm not impressed by this. I have no excitement. I'm gonna watch it. Believe me. Oh, I'm gonna go to the theater. I'm gonna see this thing. I can't wait. I'm very excited to review it. These are all fake. What are? The quotes? The quotes are all fake? Let me see. All the quotes are fake. Blackstone, thank you for the 100 biddies. The quotes, the reviews, all these are fake? All the quotes are fake. That's why they had to pull it. Wow. Oh my God, that's hilarious. What an embarrassment. So that's the cringe. Let me read this article. All right. Well, hold on. Let me get this article ready and let me see. How do you guys feel about this? Let me see what you guys are saying right here. I'm going to scroll up. He hasn't had any good movies since Godfather and the Apocalypse Now. In my opinion, it's too tall. I'm not a fan of Coppola, says Bat Boy. I like the Godfather, and that's that. I don't care for Apocalypse Now. I hate his Dracula, and he didn't direct it, but he did produce Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, he's defended that guy, too. He paid for all of his legal expenses. Buckle up. True genius. Sorry, the first words. Oh, man. As soon as I heard that, I was like, uh-oh. I thought these quotes for his movie. And so I thought, too, or like, okay, these are brief snippets from other films, or brief snippets from reviews for his older movies, but these aren't even real. Wow, so he's just lying. This is pathetic. This is so sad and pathetic. So it turns out none of those quotes are real, and I had to pull the trailer because of it. Wow. And yeah, it's Larry Fishburne. Yeah, who's in the movie. Yeah, I know, we don't really hear trailer narration anymore. That's the thing. Like, the last time we heard, like, In a World, it's like from 90s films or like early 2000s stuff, honestly. That's the last time we heard it. Like now it's kind of parodied in those like honest trailers. That's really the only time you hear the voiceover is like in, parodies of older trailers. That's what it's used mostly for, at least as far as I know. He pulled Morpheus out of the Matrix for this bullshit, yeah. Yeah, it's got a huge cast, but I don't know if they're going to be used very well. This looks fucking weird, like what's going on here, Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I were to watch this, not knowing like what the general premise is, I'd be like, what is this even about? It's so confusing. The only way that I actually know what this movie's about is because I had read articles about it leading up to it. That it's about this society that collapsed, and now you have these two different visionaries who want to rebuild it, but, and then they're at war with each other. John Voight's in it. Another hit from Franny Coppola. Adam Driver feels like he's playing the character from We Oil Burn. I'm not familiar with that. Krabby says, I'm confused. I don't blame you. So all the quotes are fake. These are all fake. One of the quotes is from Batman. Are you serious? No one noticed that? Francis Ford Coppola presents stuff. Exactly. Ebert quote from Dracula came from his Batman. Wow. Oh, that's what you're saying. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. So they're just taking... I want to know what happened here. All right, I'm going to read this article, Chad. Let me get this article ready. But thank you for the 100 biddies, Blackstone. I appreciate that. This is Megacropolis, or Megacrapolis indeed. Hold on. Let me get this up so we can take a look. All right, so here we go. This is from Variety. Lionsgate pulls Megalopolis trailer offline due to made-up critic quotes and issues apology we screwed up. Oh, here we go. Lionsgate is recalling its latest trailer for Franny Coppola's epic Megalopolis, which featured a litany of fabricated quotes from famous film critics. Wow, holy shit. Lionsgate is immediately recalling our trailer for Megalopolis. Lionsgate's spokesperson said in a statement provided in Variety, we offer our sincere apologies to the critics involved and to Francis Ford Coppola and American Zoetrope for this inexcusable error in our vetting process. We screwed up. We are sorry. The trailer, I think he knew about it. The trailer released on Wednesday morning aimed to position Coppola's latest film as a work of art that would withstand the test of time, much like his previous masterpieces, The Godfather, The Apocalypse Now. Video includes several quotes from critics panning Coppola's previous works, but none of the phrases attributed to the likes of Roger Ebert and Pauline Kael could be found in any of their reviews. Variety's Owen Gleiberman was incorrectly cited as calling the 1992 film Bram Stoker's Dracula a beautiful mess, which I think that's a fair way to describe the movie. Highlights absurdity, also fair. When he reviewed the film for Entertainment Weekly, where he worked at the time of its release, even if you're one of those people who don't like critics, we hardly deserve to have words put in our mouths. True, yeah, 100%. Then again, this is terrible. Then again, the trivial scandal of all this is that the whole Megalopolis trailer is built on a false narrative. Gleiberman said the trailer is falsified quotes. Critics love The Godfather, and the Apocalypse Now was divisive, which is true. And there's things I'm not particularly fond of Apocalypse. I don't think the director's cuts are very good. You'll see a lot of crucial critical support. As far as me calling Bram Stoker's Dracula a beautiful mess, I only wish I'd said that regarding that film, and now sounds kind. I agree. It's not clear where most of the quotes featured in the trailer came from, with the exception of Roger Ebert's comment, a triumph of style over substance, which was actually pulled from his 1999 review of Batman. There you go. And it was not about Dracula. I guess they were in the ballpark. It was a Batman. Sure. Trailer Snafu is the latest in a string of scandals befalling the $120 million production, which Coppola financed entirely himself. Last month, Variety exclusively obtained video depicting Coppola trying to kiss young female extras in the set of the project. Additional crew members' detail his unprofessional behavior during production. Megalopolis hits U.S. theaters September 27th. This whole thing's a fucking embarrassment and a mess. Yeah, Chad. I'm very unimpressed with all of this. Very unimpressed. First of all, the trailer itself is just so obviously embarrassing. Because it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, like really shitty looking CGI and crazy imagery that doesn't have any rhyme or reason for being there. But then you got, you have Lawrence Fishburne, coming back as the narrator for like one of these trailers. That in itself feels very dated. And then, describing how much of a genius Franny Coppola is. Yeah, they should be embarrassing. Oh my God, I got like a chill because of the cringe. So, listen, I'll tell you what. I'm not excited for this movie, but I am very interested in seeing it now at this point. But yeah, this is a total and complete embarrassment. My God, this didn't do the movie any favors. But people say I think Francis Ford Coppola's aware of what they were doing here. I don't know, because he definitely, I think, has not been handling just the general criticism. Towards himself and his behavior, on set. He's never faced this kind of pushback before. But just all the criticism the film itself has received at at Cannes, it was divisive. The reaction was divisive to say the least. It struggled to find a distributor for the longest time because all these people were saying that this movie's just a pile of crap. So I don't know. I don't know, but I had no idea. I thought it was like, oh, it's gonna be pretentious and ridiculous and bullshit. But I had no idea that it's this kind of scandal where the marketing team was literally, and possibly I wouldn't be shocked if Franny Coppola was involved, that they were making such a. I had no idea that this would be as big as an embarrassment as it obviously is, but it absolutely is. So how do you guys feel about this? Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, Persiman's welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Uberbash, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Dracula's good, minus Keanu. Even without Keanu, the movie has a lot of issues, in my opinion. A lot of issues. Tonally, it's all over the goddamn place. I don't think Gary Oldman does a very good job in the movie. I think the boob hair and stuff. It's an iconic look, an infamous look, but the movie has a lot of issues, in my opinion. Dilma says, things were moving. Lawrence Fishburne read those school morning announcements, and there was epic music. Has to be good, right? Yeah. Both Jon Voight and Shia LaBeouf are in this film. That's crazy. Haven't seen those two together since the first. That's right. I forgot Jon Voight was in the first Transformers film. Jesus, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I'll see in the theater to see if they have someone come out and talk to the screen. That's right, because they had to have like a participant at Cannes like literally talk to the screen. And so is that going to be necessary for like every theatrical showing at every screening of this movie around the country, around the world? It just sounds that shit like that just sounds incredibly pretentious. I was like, come on. How the fuck do I control this? I know a lot of it was just the same imagery that we saw before. It's all golden and just gilded crap. I don't know what the hell's going on. Cringeopolis indeed. Biggie Smith, marketing is probably made this. There's a part of the movie where someone has to go up. Yeah, Talk Screen mentioned that. Why do you have a hostage behind you? This is Floobers. This is my girlfriend Katria person, mans. Let's see here. What this movie looks like. It looks like how Rapture probably looked in BioShock before it got fucked up. Oh, come on, man. Rapture looked better. Rapture looked better when it was a dystopian hellhole. It looked much better than Megalopolis. The premise of seeing a dystopian society crumble under its own weight is an interesting idea. Why does Coppola have to be the one to tell? Yeah, he can't. Listen, there's like so many filmmakers nowadays who are just made amazing movies back in the day. They made amazing movies decades ago, and they can rest on their laurels, and they contributed something amazing to art, to cinema, to film, movies, whatever you want to call it, But they're not able to maintain that level of quality, and they don't want to retire, but maybe they should, and they become indignant, they become arrogant, and they make a lot of bullshit, and certainly the case with like someone like Ridley Scott, who's like one of those individuals. Certainly the case with someone like George Lucas. There's plenty of other filmmakers. And I think Franny Coppola, he absolutely fits into that group of filmmakers. Someone who made some great movies back in the day, absolutely, and deserves credit for that. But he's made a lot of bullshit. He hasn't made a good movie this century so far. His personal life and his behavior on set is, from what we've heard, is downright disgusting. You shouldn't be harassing any of your stars. You certainly shouldn't be sexually harassing any of you, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's one of the actors, the extras, or the boom mic guy. You shouldn't be doing something like that. And at this point, it taints his legacy, even more. And I kind of just wish he would go away, fade into obscurity, along with a number of other filmmakers I've fallen out of, that I don't care for anymore. They don't have my favor. Let's see, who else is here? I like Crazy Anthony Hopkins. They're both nut jobs. Anthony Hopkins? He seems okay. Boob hair. Megalopolis seems like a convoluted, pretentious pile of garbage. It does. Chris, there's even the people who like the movie have said it doesn't work objectively as a movie. One guy I follow who says, admitted everyone's going to hate this movie. I got what he was doing. I kind of liked it, but I don't like it. Like, what does that mean? I don't like it. That quote is crazy. Everyone's going to hate this movie. So that makes me realize, like, oh, this movie's pretty bad. I got what he was doing and kind of liked it, but I don't like it. I don't understand what that means. Deadpool, so the vibe I get, it's about an artist's vision is more important than the dirty commoner. This is Coppola's Lady in the Wall. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's like, and that's another guy who I wish would go away. M. Night Shyamalan. This doesn't look like art. This looks like fart. Let's see here. Krabby said, okay, peeps, I'm out. I'll try to come back later. Snarf. Indeed, Krabby. No, it'll be a pleasure to have you come back for the watch party. Let's see. All directors' fault. That's okay. That's okay. There's nothing. I think, I get it. When you're an artist, you want to keep making art, and and I don't care what anyone says, artists are very sensitive. They're very sensitive, and they're all in their feelings about their work, and it's hard to let go. But sometimes you just got to let go. So when you just see consistently just failure after failure after failure, I'm not even saying commercial failure. I'm saying like critical failure, where everyone's just going like, this is just not, or you're starting to hurt your legacy. You're starting to taint your legacy, and you're starting to hurt the older films that you made. You're taking away from them. And Francis Ford Coppola has a reputation for doing that, and he needs to stop. Scott Lee's made a good movie in the last couple of years. Yeah, still he struggles. His legacy is so charged and definitely needs to go away. He does. Dad Chicken Wayne Isaac Stevenson, but it's so hard to not sexually harass people. Apparently so. He basically said he admires it, but he admits it doesn't work as a movie. Fair enough. Disappointing that directors go from making really good films to making really shitty films. And that's what happens. Filmmakers already know. It is. Listen, it absolutely is challenging. It's very, very difficult. But there's nothing wrong with resting on your legacy and resting on your laurels. And so, yeah, he's got an issue. Yeah, John Carpenter. Yeah. Katrina's mentioned. You know what? John Carpenter, he hasn't made a movie since 2010. He's like, I don't have it in me anymore. And he just wants to relax. He wants to make his music. He wants to get high. He wants to play video games. And I'm like, good for you, John. I would hate it if John Carpenter were still working today, directing and writing films if his heart's not in it. Or if he had the realizations like, I'm just not the filmmaker I once was. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, that's humble. That's a nice degree of humbleness that I wish people like a Franny Coppola or a Ridley Scott had. But they don't. They just don't. Fucking them out, John Carpenter. Yep, 100%. 100%. I have no issues with directors continuing past their prime, but when they make crap and somehow can still get movies financed for millions of dollars, they will go down the toilet. That's a problem. Yeah. Well, it takes away, I think, opportunities from younger filmmakers, younger talented filmmakers who have fresh ideas and can offer new perspectives. I think that's much better, much better. I think some directors are addicted to the 100%. No, they obviously they want to keep doing it. I get it. No, I understand that. That's the thing. I get more annoying people make movies just for the fuck of it and not because they want to. I love Clint Eastwood, but he seems to be treat filmmaking more as a hobby than anything else. Yeah, Clint Eastwood's another one, although he seems to be finally retiring. Finally. Okay, same with John Carpenter. I'm glad he is humble enough to understand that he's done making movies and wants to just create music. But I respect him even more because he made that choice. I think that's great, and he can. Of course, John Carpenter's made bad movies. Listen, I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. You see I got my little Carpenter corner in the background there. I got my thing, got my Saw in Precinct 13. I got my Escape from New York, got my Big Trouble in China. I want to add more to it. But the man has made some bad films. You don't see me praising Ghosts of Mars. I'm not one of the defenders of Escape from LA, right? But people are going to remember him more for his better films. They're going to remember him like when the sad day comes. When that comes, Chad, when he passes away, right? It's like, yeah, they'll probably mention some of his lesser films, but the first thing that they're going to mention at the top is going to be Halloween, the man that popularized the slasher subgenre, right? They're going to remember him for The Thing, the misunderstood, truly misunderstood masterpiece that is now regarded as one of the greatest science fiction horror films of all time. They're going to remember Escape from New York, the film that inspired an entire video game series in Metal Gear Solid. He could have sued Hideo Kojima, but he chose not to because he liked the games and he was amazed that he could inspire someone like that. Big Trouble in Little China, a film way ahead of its time, and was a wonderful deconstructive take of the 80s action genre, So, yeah, they're going to mention his lesser films, of course, but people are going to remember him more for his better movies, and he'll be talked about in a very positive way. Where Franny Coppola, it's like, yeah, they're going to mention The Godfather 2, Apocalypse Now, maybe a couple other ones, but hey, remember when he, was being a fucking creep on set later in his career? Remember when he was trying to work on this Megalopolis movie they tried to make for 50 years, and it's one of the, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it's shaping up to be one of the worst movies of the decade. That's what he's gonna be remembered for, So nothing wrong with resting on your laurels, nothing wrong with retiring and saying goodbye and being remembered for your best works. But what are you gonna do? What are you going to do? But wow, I had no idea that this was even crazier than it was. I just thought it was an embarrassing trailer, but to hear that the whole marketing team was lying, Christ.